Even if I touch a meal, and do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life gon' get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the NFL Coverage. It is the season finale of Season 2 of the NFL Coverage. We're going to recap the Super Bowl. So first off, congratulations, Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations to Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley. Shout out to everybody. I also want to shout out Darius Slay. Shout out to everybody on the Eagles team, Eagles organization, and congratulations to the Eagles fans out there. Philadelphia Eagles, absolutely dominating fashion win for the Eagles. And I think this is a representation of how the Chiefs, I think this really exposed the Chiefs. Because watching the game, we talked about in the previous episode how the Chiefs have been struggling offensively all season. They are playing catch up. They're playing close ball. Their defense is carrying. And offensively, they've been struggling all season. I believe they were last, or they were one of the worst teams offensively in points per game. They statistically aren't very good offensively in many categories, except I believe those third down conversions. They because of Patrick Mahomes being the guy he is, he will will his way to keep his team on the field third downs. But as a whole, offensively, they struggled a lot, passing wise, rushing wise, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really been their defense and special teams that have been pretty much carrying the Kansas City Chiefs this entire season. And watching this game, the Chiefs, for the most part, that's been them all season. And the Eagles just showed up when they need to. So it kind of exposed that how the Chiefs really are, even though their record doesn't show. But again, I don't want to completely tear down the Chiefs because they did make it to the Super Bowl. They did beat the Bills in the AFC Championship, so they had to get where they're at, and they had a great run. And they are vets because you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You had D-Hop contributing here and there throughout the season, nothing crazy. You had kind of by committee receiving wise outside of Travis Kelce. You had it by committee. Same with the run game, it was kind of by committee. You just had a team that knew how to get the job done, and they just fell short. So real quick, let's just go over it. The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes had 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a lost fumble. He also had the most rushing yards for his team with 4 rushes for 25 yards. There, Kareem Hunt only had 9 rushing yards. Receiving, Xavier Worthy had him a game, though, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns. D-Hop had 2 catches for 18 yards and 1 touchdown. But again, most of their scoring came late in the fourth, where it was kind of too late. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 221 yards, 1 passing touchdown. He did throw an interception, but Chiefs didn't do anything with it. Jalen Hurts also led in rushing at 72 on 11 carries, had a rushing touchdown as well. Saquon Barkley with 57 rushing yards. Devontae Smith, 69 yards and a tutty. A.J. Brown, 43 yards and a tutty. And Saquon Barkley did contribute in the passing game with 40 yards on 6 catches out of the backfield. Kicking, their kicker, Elliott, put points on the board. He was 4 for 4, and he had a 50-yarder. It was going to be 45. Penalty, got backed up 5. He still made it down the middle. It would have looked like it would have been good from 60. And it was just a dominating with that. The defense, so Eagles had number 1 defense going into the game. We talked about this, where it was going to come down to the run game. Now, I did say if Saquon Barkley had 150-something yards, over 100 yards, then the game was over. But as a team, they had over 130-something rushing yards total. So it wasn't just from Saquon, because the Kansas City Chiefs were focused on stopping the run. But Saquon, 57, Jalen Hurts, 72, Gainwell at 10. So you're looking at, what is that? That's 120, 129, 100. So yeah, they had 139 rushing yards as a whole. So by committee, they pretty much got what they needed to do on the run. And defensively, you talk about the pick six you have in the middle of the field going back. You have the interception when Kansas City being backed up. So the interception gave the Eagles' field position. They got the ball on like the 15-yard line or something like that. You had the forced fumble. Patrick Mahomes was sacked 6 times, which is the most he's been sacked in his career. And what's crazy is you have 6 sacks, 16 pressures, 3 forced turnovers with 0 blitzes. When you watch the game, it feels like they're blitzing every play because they're getting there's 46 dropbacks by Patrick Mahomes. 16 of them, about 40-ish% of his dropbacks, they had 16 pressures. So they're getting pressure on the ball, Patrick Mahomes. So it seems like they're blitzing. They didn't send a single blitz. It's just their defensive line was winning their matchups. They were winning their stunts. So it seemed like Patrick was getting a lot of pressure in his face, but it wasn't from blitzing. It was just from the D-line just dominating the line of scrimmage. And that's really what it came down to, Patrick not having enough time. If you look at the cover, a lot of coverage sacks. A coverage sack is when the offense is running their play. It's a pass play, and the defense, your secondary, everybody is guarded. There's nothing open, so the quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball. So the quarterback holds on to it, which then it turns and then eventually a defensive lineman gets to the quarterback. That's a coverage sack, where the coverage is so good, there's nothing open, that the quarterback is kind of looking around like there's nowhere to go with the ball, and they get sacked. That's a coverage sack. There was a handful of coverage sacks because the secondary for the Philadelphia Eagles was just on top of everything. So Eagles got the dub 40-22. Again, it was really more dominant than that, but they kind of let their foot off the Eagles defense kind of let their foot off the gas, and the Chiefs got touchdowns late there, 2-point conversion, et cetera, et cetera. But again, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts gets Super Bowl MVP. Philly gets another one. Again, this is the second appearance for Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. He made a Super Bowl his second year in the league, and now he makes it again, gets the dub. And so congratulations. And that's going to wrap up season 2 of the NFL coverage. I appreciate you guys if you've been following along all season, tuning in. I appreciate you guys for coming along with the journey, and I will look forward to you guys next season. I'll catch you guys then. Deuces.
My destiny, I'm gonna chase my